Hey everybody, Griever back here with another Let's Play. This time it is going to be the Lord of the Rings, the Third Age. This was an RPG game with following the story of Lord of the Rings at the time of the Fellowship in the Third Age, of course, given the title. And I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, just want to say that right off the bat. I read the books as a kid, I had The Hobbit read to me when I was growing up and stuff. I am a huge nerd when it comes to Lord of the Rings lore and all that stuff. I thought the movies were done quite well, though if you don't watch the extended version, I feel like you miss out on a lot of great scenes and a lot of the lore backing this amazing story. Enough about that. So here it is, the title screen, the Lord of the Rings, the Third Age. Now, I'm just in kind of the mood to play an old-fashioned game and not necessarily trophy hunt, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to just, go off on the crux of playing Falsebound Kingdom and just kind of see if this is, if I can even do it with fraps and my computer software and stuff like that, see if it will actually manage. More of a test if nothing else, but if it works out, then I'll keep playing it and we'll see what happens. So anyway, we're going to just see if we can't change a few options here. I'm not really sure of the controls yet. It'd be really helpful. Okay, G is down. That's good to know. Okay, G is down. Let's go to options. Let's see what we got. Surround sound off. I'm pretty sure that's okay. We should probably turn the subtitles, however, to on. Yeah, I would say turn the subtitles on. I don't really like to interrupt Gandalf on his scene, so I'll be keeping silent during all the Gandalf cutscenes. I believe there's like 140 odd of them just throughout the game. For those of you who haven't played, Ian McClellan does reprise his role and narrates a lot of this kind of extra story. It's not really part of the lore, but it's just pretty cool because you get to fight with, you get to fight Balrog and Sauron and all that fun jazz. So a lot of fun. You get to fight the Battle of Helm's Deep and things like that. Radar on, sure. Rotate view, yeah. Difficulty medium. That should be fair. I'm not going to make this a crazy hard or anything on myself. So let's just make sure those options kept, because I'm not 100% on this stuff. Yeah, okay. They keep even if I hit back. So back. Alright, so anyways, there's not really much else to say. Let's just get into Lord of the Rings, the Third Age.
The world of Middle-earth is changing. The beauty of the elves fades. It passes into legend, into myth, into dreams. The ancient spirits of earth, fire, air, and water, who once roamed this earth freely, are forgotten. But it was not always so. In Eregion long ago, the elves were given secret knowledge to forge great rings of power. They were precious beyond all else, for within each was bound the strength and will to rule. But they were deceived, for the giver of this knowledge was evil's great servant, Sauron. In the fires of Mordor he forged in secret one ring to rule them all. And with it Sauron enslaved the races of Middle-earth. But not all light diminished, for some stood fast. ring was cut from Sauron's hand. Isildur, ruler of all free men, performed this deed. But he became weak, and the line of men failed. The ring escaped him as history became legend. Legend became myth. And things that should not have been forgotten were lost. Thus the Third Age of Middle-earth began. But the realms of man divided, and their great cities weakened. And in this age, the evil powers again arise. Yet some hoped for unity in the face of the coming darkness. To Rivendell, the elves called the greatest of all races. With them came Boromir, son of Gondor's steward. And there, at the Council of Elves, a great and desperate plan was conceived. Join us in our quest. Face the power of Mordor, and help to turn the tide. Welcome, warrior of Gondor. Your road here will not be an easy one. Much will be risked in the war that is to come. But you will justify my trust. This I sense with all my heart.
Stand aside, creature. You are in my way.
Okay, so now we're finally into the game. I know that took a while, but the game's intro is long, unfortunately. So basically, for those of you who don't know, this is the gameplay. This is the main standard version to play. You have HP, AP points, very similar to a lot of other RPGs. Now, right now we don't have any real abilities other than taunt foe to use our AP points. That's basically like MP in this game. Each character comes with a different skill set, 2 skill sets, usually one physical and one magical in nature. They both have their benefits and stuff like that. Actually every character, with the exception of maybe one, just because of such shitty accuracy, which can be augmented by your attribute points, of course, but such a waste when you can just put a bunch into strength on another character who has decent accuracy. But anyways, so yeah, they're all very viable and stuff in this game. Now, a funny note here is that I'm not sure how well the Gandalf scenes worked out, so after this first video I'll find out if they were really clippy or really bad audio or out of sync or anything like that. And if that's the case, then I will overtalk them from here on out. But I'd like to also, you know, it's a let's play, but it's a big story game too. There's a lot of story to this game, unlike some of the others. And of course there's, you know, voiced dialogue, so I don't really need to do anything. So I'd like to include that in this game. I'd like to make sure that everybody, you know, kind of deal like, don't I'm just gonna sit back and let the cutscenes do their thing and not overtalk them or make fun of them or point out inaccuracies, because there are inaccuracies in the scenes and there are other things. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Let's get on to some gameplay. There's been enough stalling. So currently all I can do is attack, and they are immune to my sword, because they are, of course, the Nazgul, the Ring Race, the 9 original kings of men, and they killed me. Well, that sucks. Of course I don't really die. It's Arwen! Okay, I know it's not, but, you know.
Return to the shadow, slave of Sauron.
And here we go with the Water Stallion ability. And I like the fact that they include this ability, because this is an ability, this is one of her high level, if not her highest level, magical ability is the Water Stallion spell or skill. And they show it used here. Of course, this is reminiscent of Arwen, Liv Tyler in the movie Saving Frodo with the scene.
Let it pass to him. Let him be spared.
Same line, the whole bit.
I bestow this gift of my people. It braces the soul and binds the hearts of others.
I live because of your bravery, my lady. What favor might I grant you?
There is no time. Hurry, we must find your equipment and heal your wounds.
I'm wondering why I kind of need equipment. I already have a sword, you know, a cape, you know, braces, armor, boots. Like, really, the only equipment I'm losing is the fact that my horse ran off on me. Okay, so adventure mode. Here you will travel across Middle-earth, find hidden items, and battle groups of foes. Gandalf the Grey speaks to you of events in Middle-earth. View these scenes in the epic scenes section of the menu. Quest journal updated. You received an epic scene from Middle-earth. Will you view it now? We might as well. We might as well. Okay, so we already saw the first scene, riding to Rivendell, I believe. And we have yet to see the she-elf, nor have we seen Nazgul agenda. We might as well watch
Yes,
them.
my friend, I have marked you upon the long road from Minas Tirith. You come to Rivendell at the bidding of Lord Denethor. Your great captain, Boromir, has been summoned north, and you ride in his shadow. Yet others are aware of his mission, for a great evil has arisen in the east that threatens all of Middle-earth. A sinister force has been sent in pursuit of your lord. But now it has found you.
See, other than the opening scenes, a lot of these scenes can be quite short. That's why we're going to watch them all, because you miss a lot of the... For those of you who are going to watch this and haven't played this game, which I know that's kind of rare. It's very rare for people to, unless you have a favorite YouTuber who does something, you're like, you know what, I've never played the game, I know what it is, but I'll just watch their Let's Play kind of deal. There's very few of those other than, you know, very popular YouTubers, which I am not one, but... in this game, if there are any people who either played the game and kind of stopped, or didn't watch the scenes, or didn't get the story, or people who just, you know, enjoy watching my Let's Plays and have never played the game before, this will give you an idea, because there's a lot of story to this game, and these scenes, while some are just kind of like, oh, the ominousness of Sauron's shadow cast fell on Gondor, that kind of thing. There are some definitely crucial scenes as well, things that kind of explain, give a little more story in depth that might not be necessary and would interrupt the flow of normal dialogue between the characters. So this kind of gives a little bit of that. So we're going to continue to watch them, and as I said, we may not continue this trend if I check this video later on for editing, and I find that it's slowing down the frame rate, or it's clippy, or something like that. So bear with me, and we'll find out what happens.
Idril is one of the elves of Middle-earth. They are a departing race, leaving these shores. For years beyond count, they lived in harmony with this world, awed by its wonders. This elf is a warrior among her kind. Do not underestimate them. Many have lived thousands of years, and possess wisdom and ability far beyond that of mortal men. And now one of their kind has smiled upon you.
As I said before, very short scenes, but they are kind of, I wouldn't say necessary, but borderline necessary, honestly. So anyways, let's just go over a few things that you guys might not know about this game, but clearly, here's one of the skill set. This is the sword craft, which of course the main character is a swordsman, very basic, easy to understand. Melee type character. Now, so if I end up using Guardian Strike, the swordcraft ability, it says here Orcbane 0 to 5. So if I use a swordcraft ability, not necessarily Guardian Strike, but currently that's my only skill, if I use 5 of those, I will then obtain the ability Orcbane, which is a melee attack that causes more damage to orcs than a regular melee attack. And as you can tell, there are multiple attacks here. Of course, I don't have the ability to learn them quite yet because it's the beginning of the game, but that is kind of how that works. The same with my other skill set is the leadership, because of course I'm the main character, so I'm an automatic leader. Same idea, and you will be able to pick and choose later on, so after I get Company Valor, I might have a choice between Stand Fast and Fellowship Grace, or I might have a choice between Stand Fast and War Call, or I'm not 100% sure. It's been probably 4 or 5 years since I played this game, if not longer. It's been a long time. I played it a lot, and I remember quite a bit of how to play. But yeah, we'll just go with what we have right now. I don't think there's anything to equip. It's just the very beginning of the game, so no new equipment, no nothing. Okay, I think we're good. Let's how do I quit? How do I quit the main menu? Alright, D. Okay. There we go. Alright. So here, as we can tell, is adventure mode. There's a chest over there, but as you can tell by our little radar, we can't actually go over there. So let's just continue on. There's not a whole lot of hidden items in this particular area. Items of value, blah blah blah. So third age scouting shield. So we should probably equip that. There's no downside to equipping. You're kind of stuck with what they can do. Like I can't dual wield or two-hand wield with Barathor or whatever. They're kind of set with the style of weapon of choice. So it's just beneficial to always equip their latest gear, because it's not like there's no benefit to not having a shield, pretty much. Alright. It's gonna take me a while to get used to these keyboard controls. I'm used to a GameCube controller, but we'll see what we can do here. Okay, now see that Palantir coming up? That is a battle you cannot avoid. It's not a random battle. That's a battle you have to face. Okay, let's see. Let's kick this guy's ass. Loud Water Fury. And that's why I said kick this guy's ass. And as you could tell right there, after I used it, I got 1 SP point, and that is towards that ability. And of course, you can tell the experience gained is based not so much on level, but who does the most during the party thing. And sometimes it's not very even, but... And there it will tell you, using special attacks in combat costs action points, but certain items or skills can restore characters, blah blah blah. Okay. I think we're all good. Now let's see, that's probably the way to go. Or maybe not. Looks like just a chest over here. Let's go grab our chest. Oh no, that's probably the way to go. And that sometimes you will have unexpected battles that you just you're not even aware of. They won't show you the plant here, or sometimes the Eye of Sauron for random battle. They'll just go ahead and do it. So because we use Loud Water Fury, which is a very devastating attack for early game, but it uses up a lot of AP, so we can't use that. So we're going to have to go with our sword skill ability, which still is plenty strong. And then of course we have Barithor here, who can use Guardian Strike, and it is very beneficial to always use sword skills and stuff, because they become very useful later on. I made the mistake my first time playing, where I would just use attack and stuff and not want to waste items. Then I realized that the reason I can't beat the not so much the end boss, but a lot of the later enemies and stuff, and I was having such a hard time, especially at the Helm's Deep, which if we get that far, I can explain why, for those of you who don't know. But the Helm's Deep battle is very extensive, very daunting, very grueling, and the reason behind it is because I did not raise up my swordcraft, spirit powers, all the basically the skills that I should have been doing. Now, she does not have enough AP left, so she's going to have no choice but to just simply attack. But of course, Barithor here does have enough AP, and got a double critical, not that it matters. And I always found it weird that he has very little, like, you can almost never see his eyes or his eyebrows. And okay, we gained enough to level up. That's cool. We got also King's Foil, of course, and Lambless Bread. For those of you who don't know, things said in the movie. Basically, King's Foil heals, Lambless Bread, MP. Or AP. So, let's do some stuff here. Let's do some status. Alright, so, just to refresh my own memory. Of course, strength increases the character's base damage above range of melee weapons. Max AP along with increase in base spirit power damage. Increases max HP and increases defense against spirits. Speed increases the time between attacks and increases the chance of striking an enemy. So you want to keep these at the same, like I would do that and this. You know, try to keep the dexterity at a good rate. By the end of the game, I usually make sure my dexterity is close to 100, if I'm recalling correctly, though my strength kind of dwarfs that number. But there becomes a point where the dexterity reaches almost a cap, and you're pretty safe to just increase the strength. But the last thing you want to do, of course, is to miss early game, because misses can cost you a lot of early battles. Of course, with you definitely want to increase your spirit, because her spirit powers are quite vast, actually, very strong. And when you level up, you get a majority of your AP and HP back. Not completely healed, but it's a start. Okay, so we might as well grab these items here. The spread. That's might not be the way to go. I'm not sure. So we're just gonna go back this way. We're gonna see what we might have missed. I don't want to miss anything. That would suck. Nothing. Don't see any chests or anything. Nothing around here. Alright, here's a chest. And that's a First Stage Galadriel Spirit Warding Pendant. And some King's Foil. Well, we should equip that, because I'm not sure she actually has anything equipped. No. Pendant given to the kin of ancient woodland elves. First age gear is usually much better than third age gear and second age gear. Relatively speaking, of course, because for those of you who know the lore of Lord of the Rings, the first stage were paramount of power. Like, Sauron was a servant to the enemy of the first stage, so put it to that way. Okay, and we have another troll. Long bottom leaf, which is probably just a high version of either King's Foil or more likely the lambless bread. Lamness.
I heard a voice. On the road.
Yes, I know.
Who could it?
Patience.
I'm looking for Boromir of Gondor. Have you seen him?
No. But I do see orcs ahead.
Okay, that was kind of a random scene. Some of the scenes are kind of come out of nowhere a little bit, but overall, well-intentioned, still a great game. Here's what we're gonna do. Equal parts leadership and swordcraft. You really gotta do this. Now this increases attack capabilities. It would be best for me to hold off on using Loudwater Fury every time. And since I've increased the attack power, I should be able to one-shot these guys with a sword skill. Swordcraft, sorry. Okay. And as you can see on the right hand side, that's the order of attack. So I know that Barethor and Idriel will each go. And of course, different abilities will change the state of where I'm allowed to go next. Now, of course, he's not nearly strong enough yet, which is kind of strange, but let's see if that... Yeah, so either her weapon is better or her strength. Now, I know our strength stats are quite clearly even, so it's clearly the other thing. It's clearly her weapon is better than mine. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to heal Barethor, because clearly we don't want to just increase her swordcraft skill, because honestly Idriel's swordcraft skill is not what we're after. We're after her ability to revive party members. She's basically a infinite phoenix down, if you'll excuse my Final Fantasy reference, but I know anybody watching this must know what a phoenix down is. So yeah, so let's go with a Guardian Strike attack, and this will finish off the orc. And for those of you who don't know, when you select the enemy, the little bar of their health, it's not a full number, but their HP bar does appear. And we get to level up here both characters. And we get some healing items of sorts. Let's see what we got. So let's increase your strength. We'll increase his strength by 2, because he didn't seem to have a problem hitting. We should also increase his constitution and speed. We want to keep everything kind of balanced in a way, but of course spirit is eventually going to lack. No, we don't want to do that. Increase your spirit, and speed is a good thing to have on you too, because actually spells almost can't miss. I don't know if there's I can't remember completely, but I believe there's a chance, but it's so low. I don't believe I can recall a spell like Loudwater Fury actually missing. I don't believe spirit powers can miss. So if you focus on speed, or sorry, if you focus on dexterity, but you put all her points in spirit and you don't use her sword skills, you wasted all the attribute points into dexterity that she does not need. So yeah, just a little tidbit on how to play the game. I could have probably played this on hard mode. I don't think I ever have. So that's quite interesting. And this here is a save point, of course. And we're going to want to save here. And of course the yellow text is always going to appear. I try to avoid that with Falsebound Kingdom and Pokemon and the likes. Animal Crossing, but not going to be really able to avoid it on this game. Okay, now let's go in here.
Your wounds must be healed.
Weapons. Provisions. The elves are very resourceful.
Long have we kept such way stations for times of great need.
I am Berethor, captain of the Citadel Guard of Gondor.
And I am Idriel. I serve Galadriel, Lady of Light. Take what you need, then let us be on our way.
If you noticed, the pendant we equipped on her appears in the cutscene. That's one thing I really love. I know the graphics aren't the greatest. This was GameCube, so, you know, but I like the fact that everything you equip is shown on the character. And action points, blah blah blah. These for full Toby, eh? Look at all the chests. Got Barathor got something there. I didn't really read. Okay, let's see what Barathor got. He got oh, Gondorian Steel Citadel Guard Pauldrons. Steel Pauldrons of the Minas Tirith Citadel Guard, Armor 8. Okay, currently we are dealing with what? Armor 3. So, even though it looks a little mismatched, better armor. Always better to do. And this is the way we were. Okay. I always feel like I miss a chest or something here. And yep, lo and behold. Just had some slime of Orthanc in it, but still. And as I said, some of these items I will never use, some of them I will use extensively.
Griever spies! My caravan is in danger!
Those crows seem guided by some fell purpose.
It is the hand of Isengard. The White Wizard has betrayed us. Hurry!
Alright, so we have another epic scene. Why don't we watch it? Betrayal by Saruman. You know, I'm sure Galadriel already told Idriel, because if she serves Galadriel, she might have some insight, but automatically, there's crows in the sky. The White Wizard betrayed us. Alright. Okay. That was kind of a secret that only Gandalf knew, and, you know, he had risked life and limb to bring it to light, but sure, you know right away.
The elves forsake Middle-earth, never to return. Some of them shall briefly shelter at Rivendell. But evil grows strong in the Tower of Orthanc, for one of my kind now serves the enemy. Saruman the White has embraced madness and rages against this land. He covets greater power than you can imagine. I have learned firsthand of Saruman's audacity. Your sword is much needed here.
Well, that was interesting to see. Alright then. Let's check for some chests, of course. Oh, right, you can actually switch the party member that you're traveling with. A lot of the time I switch to, we do end up getting a Dunedain Ranger. How's this? What the hell am I doing? Alright, there we go. And right here, right. I always miss these ones. Second Age Elven Silver Tiara of Irador. Oh, alright. And my pronunciation still sucks, but I'm a little better at my Lord of the Rings lingo than I am my Japanese or other things. So I believe that's all the chests, unless there's one around the corner here. Nope. Alright. So we should definitely equip that. Let's see. Second Age, an ancient tiara with its origin in the vast area of Arnor. She's not wearing anything right now, and as you can see, it shows up upon her. And I really like that addition. I hate games where you equip all these different things, and like you don't see it on the character. Now, sometimes it's done for aesthetically pleasing purposes to make, you know, characters look the same.
Orcs are amongst them.
There are too many. They have no chance.
Help me defend them.
I love that when he hit the orc, like it was like a blunt weapon, like he didn't slash him, he just, you know, kind of funny. Well, I learned Orcbane, that's a plus. Curse of Orthanc, I forget what that does. I have no idea. But I'm going to Loud Water Fury that asshole. 181 and didn't kill him. That's daunting. Fell Slash. Doesn't that put me in a bad mood or something? I don't know. Leadership, Company Might. As I said, you have to keep up with all the skills. You got to kind of draw out each battle. There'll be a lot of times where I'm going to have to do a lot of random battles, and just to build up my skill points. And those will probably not be recorded. But I'll warn you guys at the beginning of the next video if I chose to do so. Alright, there's... I'm going to kill off this archer here. Guardian Strike, and then I'm going to use, of course, Loud Water Fury on this asshole again. 206, still couldn't kill him. He is a strong asshole. Rage of Saruman. Murder of Crows. Now that's a pretty strong move if I recall. That's the one I'm supposed to watch out for. No, it's not that strong, but still, I'm losing some ground here. Should probably kill this guy off, just to be on the safe side. And now I've run out of AP, but that's no big deal. And always use item. Some action points to the party. Leaves of Lamlas. There we go. And you are going to use Gift of Elrond on Barathor. Just so, you know, you still gain the AP point, but now I have the health. Does Orc Slash, it's no big deal. And now I can use Orcbane on him. Which is a one-shot. Because it does an extra, by the looks of it, 35 to 40 damage. Nearly gained a level, not quite, but Barathor does gain a better sword, 3rd Age Steel Ithilien Longsword, and Idriel gains a 3rd Age Elven Gold Plated Fwad. I don't know if I'm saying Fwad.
Trouble you no longer.
You have found him.
What do you mean by that?
It is nothing. Hasten to Rivendell. I have cleared the road for you.
I am grateful, but you must return now to the passes. We saw evidence of recent battle there.
Come, Gondorian. Some may still survive.
When a character has accumulated enough experience points, it will level up and gain stat points with allow you to increase those stats. Quest completed. Defend the Elven Caravan. Barathor gained. Oh, also the character you choose to have on the overworld gains the quest completion bonus, which is Barathor gains the 820 experience, and that will level him up, of course. And we got another epic scene of Middle Earth.
Every elf that sails across the Western Sea, Middle Earth is diminished. Some travel far from the heart of Elvendom on Earth, realm of the Lord Celeborn. Those you met are all that remain of a group that crossed these mountains. They make for the harbor, to the Grey Havens, and then beyond the White Towers, far beyond. But the gift of the elves is their ability to shape the unseen world. Lothlorien is defended by one of the wisest and most wonderful of these ancient beings. She has the ability to see far and peer deep into the soul of others.
And that's that. Very interesting. Do I have any, did I miss any chests? That's always what I want to check, is what chests did I miss? By the looks of it, there was no chests. No. I mean, oh, yes there was. And of course a battle. So let's see what we got here. Oh, we have to fight some other style of enemies now. Let's just grab a company might. Some wild Dunlin folk by the looks of it. And you should heal up yourself since you can't do anything else. Not with that low amount of AP. And they missed the first attack but not the second one. Alright. Well, I can give you a 119 damage attack. Wild Pierce. And then another one. I'd like to see that, but no big deal. We'll heal you right up. It's gonna take one more attack to get rid of that guy. And here's another Wild Pierce. Ooh, critical hit. That's not good. Definitely gonna have to use a restore some health to party. Yeah. Health and action points. There we go. Leaf of Old Toby. Swordcraft Guardian Strike on him. Get the SP points. Kill one of our adversaries. It's helpful. We'll use a Loudwater Fury. Just to gain that good old-fashioned spirit points there. And we can go for just a regular attack to finish him off. You don't always have to, every single thing have to be an SP point or swordcraft point or skill point or whatever. And a lot of the time, because I'm going to of course be, you know, having to do some random battles, like, you know, grinding to keep up with all this. So 1 of 3 warbands defeated, so clearly that's part of a quest. These of Lamless and Bark. Alright. So didn't really gain anything great from that, but still. Encounter meter. Alright, here's where the start of the encounter meter happens, which is random battles. In some areas, the Eye of Sauron will appear as your chance of fighting a battle grows. So as you can see, as I continue on, Eye of Sauron grows, and that's how you kind of encounter random battles in this game. Spirit powers. Loudwater Fury. Coming at you. One shot. I'm gonna use some Lamness on myself. Make a fell slash, no big deal. Orc bane that shit. And that's the end of that. And now Barathor has gained another level. We got some Lamness back, so it's not like I wasted any. Let's do some status updates. Alright, let's do 2 to Constitution, 1 to Dexterity, 1 to Strength, and 1 to Speed. Kind of keep it a little balanced, keeping Strength and Dexterity at the high marks. Spirit, let's make that 21. Keep her spirit high. Now, of course, we did not equip this quite yet. So it goes from 34 from 8. That's quite good. And Barathor's, of course, new sword is not that much better, but still a 100 sword forged by Gondor's Rangers. So it's definitely going to do better damage, as damage is 10, of course. So. And just by standing here, the Eye of Sauron increases. So you can't stay here very long, clearly. Okay, let's Loud Water Fury again. And we got Haste of the Elves. And we'll do Orcbane. And now we should actually check our skills, because we might be getting skills. Now, all the skills are useful in their own way, but of course we want certain skills faster than other skills. Alright, so let's try the skill menu. So, yeah, Shattering Strike, we only have 2 more to go, of course, but Counterattack is a passive skill, but it gives him the chance to automatically counterattack a foe who attacks him. It's a really, really good skill. I wish we had gone for it first, but Company Valor, we need 2 more, and then we're looking at getting Stand Fast and Fellowship of Grace, because they are very useful early on. Nothing we can really do about Perfect Mode or the the passive skills. They just kind of accumulate over time and levels. Let's check Idriel here. Weakening Slash, that's fine. Really, there's nothing great here other than Elven Rage or Gil-galad Rampage, which we probably will never actually get. What did I just do? Okay. Spirit Power. So drain inspiration is drain action points from an enemy. That's a good skill, but you know what's actually better is a Gift of Galadriel. But right now I don't think we necessarily need it. We really want to get to Aura of the Valor, so we will just go with getting the drain inspiration. It'll save us some items early game anyways. It'll become useless later on, but for early game it'll be quite useful. And that Eye of Sauron just doesn't want to go away. Oh, there went. Okay, new area. Chests. Landless. And elf medicine and a save point. Which is good because the game is starting to frame rate crazy on me. Yes, we will save our game here. Guys, I think that's enough for right now. Just a starting thing. I'm going to have to check on the frame rate and see if the video is actually even watchable. I don't want to produce bad video just because my computer doesn't have the capacity to keep up with the frame rate and running the game at the same time. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's always appreciated. Please like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the usual good shit. And hopefully I can make this into a series, and we will see you back here next time I decide to do one. It's not a scheduled thing, hoping to get out once or twice a week, but we'll just see what happens. So thanks guys, and have a good night. See ya.